Girls, what isn't nearly as attractive as a lot of guys think it is? Living at the gym, saying gym is your therapy, and the bulgy muscles. I think reading most of the comments we can all agree men are doing this for their ego and women aren't asking for it. There is nothing worse than an over-muscled man with tons of testosterone running through their system throwing fits because they finally got jacked and women still don't want them because all these male red pill podcasts told them that's all they need. I wish more men would work on their personalities the way they work out in the gym. Haha, once in a date, a guy asked me what kind of things I usually like to do, and I mentioned my hobbies. When I asked the same question back he said something like I like to spend most of my nights doing dirty things with a smug look on his face. I swear that if I could roll my eyes 360 degrees, I would have done it. Seriously, trying to presume that you have an active sexual life and you know your way around bed doesn't turn me on. Jealousy. It has nothing to do with being protective, as some guys seem to think. If you're acting like your partner needs to be protected from advances from other guys, you're basically saying that you think your partner would just throw themselves at literally anyone who looked at them for longer than a few seconds. These are often the same men who brag about how many women they've slept with, because of course it is being all masculine or cool and confident, to the point where you see offense in everything and would rather go silent than express your feelings. Most of the time, the loser guy who stumbles over their words but would tell you that they're just nervous, is more attractive. Chandler from Friends is a great example. Specifically when he was learning how a relationship works with Monica. This guy definitely spends 2 hours in the gym every day and is salty that his hard work does little to nothing when it comes to attracting women. They're not for you, they're for us. Saying you only work out for yourself and only yourself is being dishonest. There's nothing wrong with admitting that part of the reason you work out is to appeal to the opposite sex. I think a lot of men think playing it cool and casual is a turn on, and while yes I'm not looking for your immediate obsession, I'm also looking for enthusiasm and initiative when it comes to building a relationship. If he's lukewarm at the beginning it's signaling to me he's a bare minimum relationship participant and that's not my bag. I am over 40 and dating. I date men in their 40s and 50s. I cannot tell you the number of times I've been invited to ride around town in a convertible. I am sure some women are impressed or excited by it but it's not for me. I still go, it's something they have probably worked hard for and enjoy. But I do not understand the appeal when they make hints about how many women they've been with. I get what you're going for, but I'm not going to assume you have high charisma and boyish charm that has led you to become drowned in pussy. I'm going to assume you're fucking anything that breathes in your direction and you most likely have an infected, oozing dick. Talking too much on dates. I don't want to sit silently while you tell me everything you know. Also complaining about exes. Big jacked up pickups with tons of LED lights. Having a tough-looking but untrained dog. I like men. As friends and more. Most are pretty cool. But some of the flexing is just funny or off-putting. Excessive muscular build. Thirst traps. Bragging about their wealth. Asking a hotel receptionist how much for their time, while promptly flashing them an Amex while doing so. Coercing them to send pics. Talking about themselves non-stop. Bragging about their dick unsolicited. Just bragging in general. I guess. Big, fat, chunky muscles. Seriously, looking healthy is just fine and going to the gym is great but you don't have to spend all of your free time lifting weights to look attractive. Personally think too much of a ripped body doesn't look that attractive compared to a healthy looking, decent shaped body. Any kinds of chains or jewelry and men wedding ring the exception. Drowning in cologne. Was at the grocery store yesterday and an otherwise good looking, tall dude was wearing so much my nose was burning. He and I were not next to each other long, can't imagine spending time with him. Holy crap. This might be disagreed on by some people, but being overly shredded. I'm not saying it's not attractive when guys have a bit of muscle, but I have yet to meet a woman who actually thinks the bodybuilder aesthetic, like legit bulging muscle to the extreme, is that attractive. It looks gross. This might just be me, but abs and bodybuilding, grimacing face. Listen, if we're doing it for you and for the compliments or our gym brothers, heck yeah you get that godlike physique. I'm just saying not every girl is all over that, so don't beat yourself up about it and don't do it only for girls' attention. 3. Trying to always take the lead and put the woman's opinion behind them. Yes, an assertive man is attractive. But only if that is not on the back of others. I'm fully capable of being my own person, so don't tell me what to do, dude. We are a team. Not father and daughter FFS. Talking about how you and your buddies could totally take on those other guys at the bar, who are usually minding their own fucking business. There's a certain type of guy who gets a few drinks in and thinks it's really impressive to show off what a violent asshole they are, sexualizing everything you say. Girl, I'm going to take a shower. Guy, would you like me to join you? Smirking face. Girl, I'm hungry. Guy, I have something you can eat. Like why? I love talking to men and having a deep intellectual conversation, but men just make it so difficult. Pretty much anything that manosphere influencers say will attract women is actually better at getting attention from other men. Other men might be impressed with your vehicle, how much you can lift or how little you care about other people, but most ladies won't be. I'm probably in the wrong age bracket to be replying, but not attractive middle-aged men on a dating site taking a selfie standing beside a motorcycle. Off-putting selfie taken in bathroom mirror. Extra negative points if done in a public bathroom. Grand gestures and love bombing. My life isn't a 90s rom-com and I'm not a prize to be one. That behavior tells me you'll be a totally different person once there's a commitment. Just talk to me like a person, and listen to me like you care. Muscles. I think they're not attractive, I prefer chubby bodies. Honestly. And I'm sick of men saying it's cause I'm insecure or BS like that. It's what I'm genuinely attracted to, and a lot of women are also attracted to chubby dad bods. As a guy, I cringe at some of the stuff I tried that I thought would make me wanted. It blew my mind that once I stopped caring and was just myself, that's when I started dating people lol married now to a great woman because of it. Celebratory gesture. Men who try too hard to appeal to the female gaze, when he thinks eating me out faster harder is somehow gonna make me come faster, but in reality it just kind of hurts and I am pushing her head away for a reason. Not really a physical thing, but I went on a date one time and he wanted to do a donut with me in the car. Not attractive at all to put my life in jeopardy just because you think I would like it. Paying for the bill on our first date. I mean, it's really sweet, but at the same time that's just a little unattractive. I actually like splitting the bill. But that's my point of view, so yeah, we all know men have the power and the money and the confidence. You don't have to prove how amazing you are. Just be kind and caring. Listen and be there. The proving yourself crap is annoying. Acting like having a hobby makes you gay or less than a man. I'd rather have a nerdy guy with an extensive Lego collection than someone whose only non-work activity is scrolling TikTok, being obsessed with working out or being super muscular. It's attractive if you take care of yourself or like to bike, but making exercise your whole personality is gross. Being really, massively overly muscly. That kind of look is a male power fantasy. Sure, some women are really into it, but a lot of women are into different body types. The bulging veiny muscles. Of course muscles are attractive, but normal muscles, not the oily, shaved, bulging, bowling balls on arms and round shoulders. This big I'm such a manly man display. If you have to show me how manly you are to feel like a man, I'm going to assume you're compensating for something. Bragging about your money. Even as an 18-year-old, I always found it off-putting. You have money? Great! You don't have to remind me every 5 minutes. When you're playing in a mostly male-dominated game, and guys find out you're a girl so they start bragging about all their gameplay achievements. I'm a gay guy but emotional unavailability. Acting like nothing hurts when it really does. A healthy amount of vulnerability is attractive. $6 Height, money, and size are just empty status symbols. Let's talk about the 3 big C's instead. Cuddles, cunnilingus, cheese. After initial period starting to ignore you. I mean, common, do you know how many shooters we have? What makes you think like I'll follow you? Being too manly. For example, some men think showering or even wiping their asses is too girly. My stepfather was like that. Nail polish on their hands and or feet. Makeup. Those ridiculous muscles they don't even know how to use outside of the gym. When they say men are logical and women are emotional or any archaic extreme beliefs like that. Or want a submissive woman, talking about their accomplishments any chance they get. It's just bragging most of the time, hoping to get praise. Insisting on paying for everything to show off their financial status and or interrupting to give unsolicited advice. Revving the engine of any vehicle you happen to be driving. You just look like an obnoxious idiot doing that crap. Not a girl but all of the ones I've met dated said sagging pants is one of their top 5, so I'm gonna put that. A sense of humor and confidence can get you farther than you think, and a lot of dudes are ignorant of the fact. Revving an engine or loud vehicles. It is fun when you're inside the vehicle and get to feel the acceleration. Loud cars, lifted cars, huge muscles, negging, specializing everything. Being aggressive because it's manly, intimidating or being rude to other people, strangers. talking bad about strangers' appearances or other women. I've basically come to the realization that there is no winning because of this thread. I'm so confused now, crying face. Money, cars, expensive stuff. It makes a guy a walking repellent when they try getting my attention with it. Huge muscles. I don't want my body to be engulfed by your bicep and suffocate if you hug me. It's too much. Acting like nothing bothers them. Having emotional intelligence and availability gets you up to attention. Very short socks. Fuck off, I don't want to see your ankles, yuck. Especially if you're wearing a suit. Vomiting face. Reposting this question daily, then having someone else also repost it but with the genders reversed. Unwarranted aggressiveness. Being polite and forgiving is much more attractive than being a bully. Random compliments out of nowhere. Like dude, when has that ever actually resulted in a smile? Spending a lot of time in the gym and that being their only interest, hobby, personality trait. Those freaking t-shirts with the holes in them. They're so disgusting and disturbing. Guys talking about hitting the gym. Guys bragging about their abs and flexing biceps. Trying to be too alpha. You don't look cool and you're coming across as rapey. Mullet. Why are guys bringing back the mullet, at least in the UK? Stop it! Abs, not every girl is into that, my friend, or getting swole for that matter. Sending women you barely know porn and saying I wanna do this with you. Frowning or looking intense. You don't look confident, you look scary. 80 of people about to be here are dudes seeing if they're fucking up. Holding fish they caught in dating profile pics. What's with that? Smiley face. Height, abs, a giant rectangle is a face. Being rude and uneducated. Sending this hot face as a way to say they find you attractive. Boy, no,